the Snapped podcast. My name is Tyler Kluver, and I'm a former Division I athlete turned entrepreneur. I run my own fitness and nutrition coaching business, as well as a sports media brand that produces podcasts, sells merchandise, and creates exclusive paid content. The fun part is I don't really know what I'm doing as a business owner. I'm just figuring it out day by day. This show, Snapped, acts as an audio journal for my thoughts and ideas on fitness, health, business, mindset, and whatever else I find important on the pursuit to personal happiness and a balanced life. I hope you can take something from the show that makes your life a little bit better. And regardless, I'm just happy you're here. Let's have a day. Let's go. Snap Podcast, we're back. Hey, how you doing? Hey, welcome into the Snap Podcast radio show every Wednesday here about noon Central Time. Results are in. My back isn't fucking broken. What an intro. My back isn't broken. Didn't think it was broken. But the discs are good too. We'll get to that in a second. Welcome in. That's the third time I've said it in a minute. Okay. I already hate that intro music. I've redone my intro music slash whatever you want to call it, intro into the podcast like 2 or 3 times. And I already hate it. And I am probably going to end up doing that again in 2024, which we are quickly approaching, which means a lot of things. It means, dude, what the fuck is up? Real quick sidebar. What's up with the axolotl? You guys know about axolotls? Dude, axolotls are all over the place. So they're in Minecraft, first of all. And then I saw they were in some show that my wife and I watched. They were in one of the shows as like one of them had a pet axolotl. And at school, one of her students got a bunch of 2 axolotls. And now, down here on the search bar of my computer, as I look just at my screen, there's an axolotl on the thing. What is going on? Do you guys know about these things? Never heard of them until like this year. It's a paedomorphic salamander closely related to the tiger salamander. It is unusual among amphibians. Where'd it go? God damn it. That it reaches adulthood without undergoing metamorphosis. Instead of taking to the land, adults remain aquatic and gilled. The species was originally found in several lakes underlying what is now Mexico City, such as, this will be fun, such as Lake Huacamilco and Lake Chalco. These lakes were drained by Spanish settlers, assholes, after the conquest of the Aztec Empire, leading to the destruction of much of the axolotl's natural habitat. So the Spanish were trying to kill all the axolotls. There's your history lesson of amphibians in the South American region, which isn't true because Mexico is part of North America. Pretty sure, technically. If that's wrong, then I'm an idiot. And that's just where we are. We're 3 minutes and 42 seconds into this episode, and we've talked about axolotls. Yay! What are we doing on this show? It's the variety that I want to provide you guys. Maybe I don't know who listens to this. I'm still questioning if there are real people who listen to this show. It says that there's 300 to 400 of you that listen to this thing, but I don't know if those back-end analytic data points are right. It could just be a bunch of bots that are like somehow accessing a view count in the back-end data. I don't know, but if there's anybody real out there, you just got to listen to me talk about axolotls. They're really cute animals. If you play Minecraft, you can catch them and put them in a fish tank that you create or a aquarium in your house. It's fun times. I wish I got to play Minecraft more. In fact, I probably need to. I think we did a podcast episode about this. You need to make time for your hobbies. You need to schedule out time for your hobbies, especially as you become an adult, especially as you get married, have a family, because your time just gets thin. But if you lose who you are and you don't do the hobbies and the fun things that you enjoy doing, then you just become this like meat sack of misery, right? Who's just working, slaving away, trying to make a living so that you can keep a roof over your head and eat food, just so that you can continue to do that. It's an endless cycle. So I guess what I'm saying is play Minecraft and build an axolotl aquarium and send me a picture of it. And that's where we are 5.5 minutes into this episode. I'm going to lose my mind. I mean, is this really what I do for a living? Is this part of the actual? I mean, this is, I had this on my to do list today for my work. How lucky am I? Full snapped episode production on my to do list right here to the right of me. And this is what we're using our time on. 6 minutes in, and we haven't done a damn thing. Last week, I told you guys, I was actually confused. I told you guys that I would be going into the doctor. I was actually going into the doctor immediately after recording last week's episode. I did that, went in, told the doc about the pain, about really the last 12 months, I guess 18 months of history that were relevant towards this back pain. And he gave me the answer that we all knew and I already said was going to be given. If I want it to heal, I need to stop doing shit, right? Now, the other question was pretty much the only reason I went into the doctor's appointment, because I knew that answer, was, well, maybe we can actually get some imaging done so that I know for sure it's not a disc issue or some sort of like hairline fracture in my spine. Because in that case, like, I'm stupid, right? And I don't like slowing down or not working out or like halting my training for my own personal fitness. There's a yawn. This episode is a shit show. I don't like halting shit, right? So we talked about how if I don't know for sure that something's hurt or I don't know for sure that something could get worse by me doing more, I will continue to just teeter totter, balance on one foot on the edge of being just okay enough, just feeling okay enough in my back to work out and continue to train and continue to lift weights and do things that I probably shouldn't do. But you get a nice 10 to 15 minute warm up in, and the blood starts flowing and you start to loosen the joints. And hey, the body actually feels good for that 90 minutes to 2 hours that you need it to. And then the other 22 hours of the day, or outside of the other training session that day, if it's a 2 a day, the other 20 to 22 hours of the day, you feel like there's somebody, like you feel like you have the spine of an 85-year-old, right? And that's what I would continue to do, maybe until eternity, or until at least I was void of any competitive aspirations for at least a 6 month to 1 year period, which isn't anytime soon. And I would continue to just bang myself around at 60, 70, 80%. Some days I'd feel good, some days I wouldn't. Always at an increased risk and chance for injury, which we have observed 3 times now. And so what did we do? We went in and we got what we wanted. I was hoping for an MRI, which probably hindsight would have taken much longer to develop, or get scheduled and develop, as in get done the process wise. He, however, sent me right over to the X-ray. I mean, I'm talking 10 minutes. I walked across the hall, walked in, waited for a second as they got the machine ready and plugged my info in, went and laid on the table. 2 minutes later, X-rays were done. I mean, X-rays really come a long way, I feel like. You just sit on the table, bang, they take a picture, and it's good. They immediately see it. Shit's kind of crazy. This was the notes. Findings from the lab. The disc heights and vertebral body heights are well maintained without focal irregularity. There is no evidence of acute alignment abnormality. There is no evidence of acute fracture. No evidence of acute osseous or alignment abnormality of the lumbar spine. Translation from the doctor, his notes after looking at that and that getting that result from the lab tech, disc spaces look good and no compression or other abnormalities noted. Would be reasonable to continue with your performance PT. We've talked about the performance PD. PT. Shout out to my guy Ryan. Seeing him Friday. Should have seen him already on Monday. Had to reschedule to Tuesday. Had to reschedule to Friday. That's what happens when you're a parent. Continue with your performance PT along with adjusting your workout schedule commensurate with your discomfort. Discomfort's pretty bad sometimes, being honest. Translation of that is pretty much if it hurts, don't do it. But if you can get through it, if it's not bothering you, you're probably good. Okay. If you're still having issues over the next several weeks despite this, please let us know and we can certainly have a visit with one of the sports medicine physicians if you would like. Thanks. So, where does that leave me? Where does that leave me right now? Well, it's great knowing that my spine looks good. By the way, blood pressure, because you got to go in and before the nurse takes your blood pressure and your oxygen levels and your heart rate and all that. Blood pressure, immaculate. 110/68. Are you kidding me, brother? That's why you work out, people. It's so I maybe other people don't care, but going into the doctor and getting that blood pressure done and it comes back and it's 110/68 like a god, like a Greek god. Blood's flowing through me like the waters of the canals in Italy. Just perfect, pristine. It's like this nice little like pat on the back, like, hey, you're doing good. Same thing with the blood work when I get that done and it looks good. Oxygen level, by the way, 99%. Just elite. It is a good thing for me to know for sure that everything looks good, right? It doesn't help in any way to further figure out what the fuck is what's going on, what's wrong, because I'm pretty good with pain, especially um like orthopedic pain. You give me a headache. If I get a headache, I'm out. Count me out for however long I have a headache. I'm worthless. Piece of shit. Okay. But you give me like some joint pain or some muscle pain or whatever, I'm pretty good. Like I'll get through it. I don't like taking ibuprofen or Advil or Tylenol. None of that. Like I will get through it. I'm fine. Tough guy. But like this is more than this is something. Something is wrong. And so I don't know what it is. From here, I know what's going to happen. There's one of two things are going to happen. I'm going to start working out again. I'm going to graduate. And granted, I only took 1 full week off of no movement, right? I've been walking again. I've been on in fact, yesterday I did a rowing interval workout. I did 6 by 500 meter on the rower with decreasing splits. No back pain, which is good because on the rower you are using your back pretty good. And I just maybe not. Maybe I'm smart enough and I work back into it this time and it's like, "Oh, okay. I'm doing enough where everything feels okay." Probably not. So here's what's going to happen. I've wasted the last 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure this happened 3 weeks ago. Yes, this happened 3 weeks ago. Not the end of the world training wise, but I've missed 3 weeks of lifting. Um, I'll give you this update. We've been doing the series of body scans and that fun stuff, and trying to put on muscle mass, trying to put on weight. I'll tell you what, the last 3 weeks were not good for that. Not good. just completely stopped lifting, just completely stopped giving my body the stimulus of trying to put on mass, right? And the result of that was I lost like 3 pounds in the last. I've still been eating like 3,500 to 4,000 calories. I haven't been pushing the total calories as much because my total movement was down, and I just exercise wise, movement wise, I knew I wasn't in the position to be taken in as much. But I mean, hardly a drop, right? Maybe a 10% decrease in total calorie intake. And I'm back down to 190, 194.4. And I know that we were somewhere around one 193 back to a little over, well, right about 2 months ago when we got the last scan. So I've lost some progress there. And I don't know how much fat, muscle shifted percentage wise over the last 3 weeks. You wouldn't imagine a ton, but I can tell in the way I look that it's gone not the direction we wanted it to. Not severely, but not in the direction we wanted it to. So we're gonna have to get back on the horse here because we'll have another. I don't know if we're gonna do another body scan in a month. Um, because we had to put this on hold for 3 weeks. I don't know where we're at. We are 3 months away from the open. So that's still plenty of time to train. Hopefully, as long as my back feels good here, plenty of time to get back under some weights. Um, I don't I can't say that I'm 100% like bought in and like fully dedicated to being a CrossFit athlete right now. I'm not. You know, Monday, for example, Monday my daughter was sick, had to go and grab her from daycare early, and I just didn't train that day. I just didn't, and I'm not even doing that much, right? All I'm asking of myself right now with the back pain and trying to get back from it is just one workout a day that is 60 minutes or less. On the zone 2 days, on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm just asking of myself 1 hour on the bike. On the other days, I'm asking for like 30 to 45 minutes of cardio work. That's it. And I just didn't do that on Monday because I deemed and felt like my daughter was more important and hanging out with her, which is fine. Like, that's fine. But in the reality of trying to be the best at CrossFit and trying to improve my worldwide ranking in CrossFit and do better than I did last year and be stronger and be fitter and be more skilled, all these things, I'm not furthering that pursuit by having those reactions when I have something comes up. So we kind of got our get our, we got to get our ass back on the horse here a little bit. For I've had these back and forth thoughts of should I just completely take this CrossFit season off? And honestly, if I look ahead and I look back, two different things there, opposite things. If I try to place myself 4 or 5 months down the road, the amount of yawns right now. If I try to place myself 4 or 5 months down the road and then imagine looking back in hindsight, I'm going to guess that more often than not in that scenario, I probably should just take this CrossFit season off. I probably should just go very, very minimal with the weights, minimum effective dose to try and hold on to muscle mass as best I can. Focus on the cardio aspect of things. Don't push anything. Don't try and be the competitive CrossFit athlete for this year. Just take the season off. See if we can give the back a true 3 to 4 to 6 months to see if it fully gets better. But I'll tell you what, I'm just not going to do that. It's just not in my nature. I just ain't doing it. So we'll go through the CrossFit season, and I don't know what our goals will be. Hopefully, for the next 3 months, I can get some really, really good progressive training in, make some gains, and feel like maybe at least convince myself that I'm in the fittest spot I think I have a chance to still be in the fittest spot. I've only lost 3 weeks. I've been doing cardio for 2 of those, right? So we've halted in the lifting a little bit and some skill work, but I think we can get back to where we need to be. It's just we're in a really weird spot, man. So, uh, I don't know. Ramblings, axolotls, backbreaking, CrossFit season. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll keep you updated. Um, I think for now, the current plan, the short-term plan is this. I'm going to I've got a PT session with my guy Ryan on Friday. We're gonna do that. Hopefully that takes me even further because I'm feeling pretty good right now. Right? Crazy. Stop lifting weights, doing all the crazy shit. You start to feel better. Um, we're gonna do that PT session. We're gonna get through the weekend. Monday, we are gonna grab. We're gonna do some weightlifting. That's what we're gonna do. Monday, we're gonna do some weightlifting. We're gonna gradually step back in. We're gonna see. We're gonna test the waters. I don't expect to have lost a crazy amount of strength, but we're gonna ease back in and see how it feels. We'll go from there. Fuck, I don't know. Go play Minecraft. I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.